Hi, I'm back with a new episode of Your Retail Brand, and we're just calling it now Your Brand because most brands are not necessarily retail brands as per se. Today I posted about the 5 things really how you want to build your personal brand. So I decided to actually really break down one of them, which is really very close to my heart and very more like a space where I know I can speak authentically from. So there are 5 of them, and I've got my notes right here. And the first one was being clear. I always say, don't just be clear to your audience, but be clear to yourself. We lose our way, which is why we always need to have a vision. We need to have a vision for where we're going, what we want to achieve, that kind of thing. And understanding your value and your worth, whole other topic, kind of needs its own, creating an identity that resonates with you and your audience. Again, I'll cover that in the next episode. And being visible and creating a strategy that helps you connect and also being authentic. So the one that I really wanted to touch on today was being visible. And this is me talking from experience and talking from a space where I pretty much spent my life mastering the art of being invisible. I am an expert at being invisible. I was always one of those girls that would just stand in the back and never really want any attention drawn to me because I never owned my presence. Like I said, I totally admire women and men who just own their presence, who own their very existence. And that is what being visible is about, really. It's not necessarily just showing up on a live, showing up on podcasts and different things. It's literally being visible to yourself. Are you visible to you? Are you seeing what you want to see from yourself? Are you seeing the results you want to see from yourself? Are you visible to yourself? Is your voice visible to you? And yes, I know that may sound a bit silly, but it's a voice, so you need to hear your voice. But there's a presence that a voice carries. There are some people that when you say you hear them before you can see them because their voice has gone before them. And that is like, for me, that is a target, that is a goal for you to be able to know my voice and be like, yeah, that's the kind of voice that I want to hear. That's the kind of voice that I want to speak to my life, to me and my life. So basically being visible for me is being visible in every sense of the word. It's owning my presence. It's owning my magnificence. It's owning my eloquence. It's owning my elegance. It's owning each and every single part of me, which I have been dumbing down. And we do that a lot. And I know I keep going to women, but because I'm a woman and I've experienced it from that point of view, because I have been dumbing down, literally. And it's hard to then want to be visible in business. It's hard to then try and show up on a live or try and show up, which is where the nerves come from, which is where all the being inconsistent because I'm doubting myself. So for me, being visible for your brand just means owning who you are. Be visible to you first. That's the first thing. Be visible to yourself, owning your own presence, owning the way you say things. I have a friend of mine, I think she has an amazing voice. I'm not going to name her because, yeah. She has an amazing voice, but she thinks that it's too soft. It doesn't sound business-like. And I would say it's cute. But that is who she is. I think she's got an amazing voice and she can speak from that space of having a sweet voice. I can be very soft-spoken. I can be loud. I can be all those things. But for me, once I've owned all those different angles and all those different nations and tones of my voice and the little mistakes I make in between and the tigerizing I do by making up words as I go, that is part of who I am, and that is part of me being visible and acknowledging my voice. So to kick off this this new branding series, I'm literally just gonna call it Your Brand, and we are gonna dive, literally deep dive into your personal brand, especially in November. We're in lockdown, so we can so work on our personal brands. We can so work out on how we want to show up and how we want to be visible. So there's a lot of layers to being visible. There's a lot of layers to, especially when it comes to talk branding. We can show up in our personal lives, have business accounts. Then we also have accounts that are combined. So sometimes you don't know where to draw the line. You're authentically yourself. I do believe you don't have to draw the line anyway. Because I also had another talk today again with an amazing coach, Chengi. She's a dating expert, but she also talks about you, your person, as how do you want to show up? How do you want to show up on your dates? How do you want to show up in just the spaces you're in? That talks about your visibility. It talks about the way your energy is being read, basically. And that is what visibility is the way your energy is being read by everybody else. I can show up for you with or without any makeup, and it shouldn't make any difference. I should still be able to portray the same presence. I should be able to still convey the same energy that my audience wants to see. Once you're visible in the way you need to be visible, it's then easy to create a strategy that attracts and then also helps you connect. It's been in the learning. It's been in owning the space I'm in. I'm an introvert, like I always say. So this for me is okay because I'm just talking to a camera. And then the other thing I have to get over is how you're going to perceive me. To be honest with you, it really shouldn't matter, because the people I need to perceive me will perceive me in the right way. It is a learning curve. It is something that we do day by day, and we improve our being visible. Your brand has to be visible. And that's the thing. If anyone is going to buy from you, you're going to have to be visible. And when it comes to personal branding, everyone technically is a personal brand. It's just in the way we perceive the whole idea of branding. But you are a brand. The fact that you have your own unique name, you have your own unique way of doing things, therefore you are a brand. Really, personal branding is more about looking at yourself introspectively to bring out the best in you.